We'll let McMenamin go so he can pick AD. Okay. Or not. The choice is his.
Welcome to the 2012 NBA Draft at the Prudential Center in Newark, New Jersey.
We're going to get into it. There's a lot of good names here. Dave, I'm going to give you the first pick in the redraft 2012 draft. Yeah, that part. Go ahead. You're on the clock.
No changes to what happened way back in the day. Anthony Davis still the number one pick, two-time Defensive Player of the Year runner-up, a champion with the Los Angeles Lakers, multi-time All-Star Game MVP, and one of the true two-way talents in the game. Obviously, the injury history is part of his story at this stage of his career, but when he's on the court, as we've seen even this season, there's few players as dominant at both ends.
All right, so Anthony Davis off the board. Tim, would you have gone with that number one pick? And if not, who are you picking?
You know what? I probably would have stuck with AD. I definitely agree. Just the impact that he makes on both ends of the floor would have been a difficult decision. For the number 2 overall pick, I'm also going to stick with the original draft. I'm going with Michael Kidd-Gilchrist. No, I'm just kidding.
No, wait. Please, Michael Kidd-Gilchrist, don't come in these comments. But that's the whole point of this.
I'm just kidding. I'm going with Damian Lillard here. And I do think that we could have a discussion, a debate about Dame versus AD. Dame, one of the revolutionary offensive forces in the league, along with Steph Curry, just in terms of the way that they've changed the geometry of the game with their long distance shooting. Obviously a guy who's had 2 playoff, not just series enders, but like night buzzer beater, series enders. And in the case of the Oklahoma City Thunder, chapter of that franchise enders.
Lillard, long range 3, and it's good at the buzzer. Damian Lillard, are you kidding me?
Damian Lillard is certainly a solid selection at number 2 and a future Hall of Famer as well.
Pause. I got to make sure the child doesn't ruin our.
Go for it.
She's taking advantage of the moment for sure. She's way too comfortable.
All right. So number 1 pick, Anthony Davis. We got Damian Lillard. Dave, who do you got in that 3 spot for the 2012 draft?
I'm going to go dip into the second round and take Draymond Green of the Golden State Warriors. What the league should be about, and many times is about, is winning. And he's been such an important cog to that dynasty. He won a Defensive Player of the Year, multi-time All-Star, and he's reinvented his game. Never had the most athleticism. Quite frankly, changed his body completely from his days at Michigan State and has added longevity because of that. And is still one of the fiercest competitors. Yeah, he can be a pain in the neck sometimes, and yeah, he can grate on you. But ultimately, his mind and his heart's generally in the right place. I don't know if Jordan Poole would agree with that.
Okay, so Tim, who you got at number 4? We're starting to run out of all-stars here.
I know we still got a couple more, and this one's a difficult decision, but I'm also going to go with the champion. I'm also going to go with a second-round pick. I'm going to go with Chris Middleton here, who it has been a 3-time All-Star, certainly is not the face of the Milwaukee Bucks as Bradley Beal is in Washington, but has been a critical part of a championship team, a tremendous 2-way player. And again, I think that he's a championship player who, can give you 20 points per game and then guard one of the best players on the other end.
Not mad at that pick at all. How about number 5, Dave?
I'll go Bradley Beal. And in terms of talent, he's right up there with anybody that's available in this pool. And obviously the team success has not happened for him in Washington. We all wonder if he will continue to be a Wizard as his career continues, or if there's at some point he gets traded to a contender and takes on a kind of a different stage of his career than just being the guy. But as the guy, one of the better scorers in this league, can spread the court. I had Middleton at 4 too, just because of the team success factor. But if Beal gets the right teammates around him at some point, you never know.
Tim, who are you going with at number 6?
I'm going with Harrison Barnes, the future governor of Iowa.
If we execute on that, we should be in good shape.
Great teammate, smart guy, has been a major contributor on a championship team as well as a 73-win team. has been a big part of the Sacramento Kings' success this year, is the 4th leading scorer in this draft class, and is just a consummate pro.
Look at you with the stats and the such a pro, such a pro.
Look at this prep work. Basketballreference.com, baby. And they got, you just hit little things here. They rank them for you. Love
it's
the website.
Crazy. The internet. Oh my God. I'm gonna talk. All right, number 7, Dave.
I'm going to go with Andre Drummond. This was a tougher one, and I was in sync with Tim on Barnes at 6. But obviously the league has changed and shifted underneath Andre Drummond's feet. And when he came in as a true back to the basket center out of UConn, he had everything you'd want out of that position. 2020s on the regular for Detroit. Obviously things have changed, but he's still been a contributor for the Bulls and a contributor for the Lakers, contributor for the Cavs, albeit a brief stint there. He's someone who in his prime really affected the game on both ends. Now, his prime has passed him by at this point, but the height of his height was as close to any of the other guys in the top 5, I think, as the names we have remaining in the draft pool.
Tim, what we got at number 8 as we're trying to round out this draft here?
I'm going to go with the dude who's had some beef with Andre Drummond, as well as a whole lot of other people in the league. This is the last guy who was picked before Draymond Green. I'm referring to Jay Crowder. You remember Drummond doing the little pantomime in the back down on the sideline there.
That's right.
And then Jay did a little salsa dancing at the end of that series. Look, man, Jay's had a hell of a career. And, he started out in Dallas. So I was covering the Mavs when he came in the league and became a big-time contributor in Boston. That stint in Cleveland didn't go so well, but helped Utah win a lot of games. I would say John Morant might be better off had he stuck around in Memphis, because he was the vet for Ja as a rookie. Helped Miami go to the finals, helped Phoenix go to the finals, and then obviously he's in a situation now where the Bucks prioritize getting him to try to help them get back to the finals. And he's a great role player. He's a 3 and D, and the 3 kind of is hit and miss, but the D is consistent, and I just love what he brings to teams.
Absolutely. Yeah. I mean, the Bucks sought him out, and he could play a big role as we head into these playoffs. So number 9, Dave, what do you think?
Here's where I just point out the fact that in this draft, Dion Waiters, Fab Melo, may he rest in power, and Chris Joseph were all drafted out of Syracuse this year. Just have to keep that fact in the ether. Just so you're aware. 3-1 draft.
Nobody produces first-round busts like the Qs.
But I will not go with any of those 3 guys, but I got to give them a shout out. I'm going to go with Evan Fournier, who remains an effective 3 and D guy in this league and is helping out.
Who? He remains a cheerleader right now in New York. What you talking about?
Hey, man, he's been part of the resurgence. He got minutes against the Lakers last week.
Okay.
Hey, just stay ready so you don't have to get ready. Evan Fournier can spread the floor. Obviously has, started his career with a Magic franchise that wasn't winning a lot of games, but has been a part of the Knicks' success here. And I think he'll be able to stick around this league for years to come because of his length and his shooting ability. And that's, if you get that at a number 9 pick, I'll take it.
Is Tibbs listening to you? Probably not. Number 10, let's round out this top 10 2012 redraft. Who is your final pick, Tim?
I don't have a coin, but if I did, I'd flip it and figure out, heads, Terrence Ross, tails, Will Barton. Similar type of players, both buyout guys this year. If somebody has a coin, go ahead and flip it. All right, we'll pretend. All right, I'll go with Terrence Ross. It's heads.
Okay. That's way to close out this draft. I mean, I guess that leads me to ask you, Tim, how would you grade this draft? That face says it all.
I'm gonna. It's a C. It's a C draft. You know what? I might just be. I'll say this: there are at least 3 Hall of Famers.
That's what I was going to ask you.
At least 3 Hall of Famers, so that it can't be that bad of a draft if there's at least 3 Hall of Famers.
You got 2 guys in the top 75. Did Draymond make the top 75?
No, but that he still has I don't know if he's going to a chance to get to that level, but I think he's a surefire Hall of Famer. Beal's going to have a chance, maybe Middleton as well. It's the depth though. It gets thin pretty quick.
Yeah, it gets thin quick. Dave, overall?
Probably C+. I'm maybe a little bit lighter or greater here, but just because I think those three guys, the Hall of Famers, give more weight to that. One guy's a linchpin of a dynasty. Another guy, one of the better two-way players of his era. The other guy, maybe the best long-range shooter. Not the best shooter. They'll give that to Steph Curry, but the best long-range shooter we've ever seen in the NBA. Those are three pretty good guys to lead the class. And so they, make up the curve, even though there's a bunch of C's and C minuses behind them.
Well, if I'm grading you two on a curve, I give you an A minus.
Hey, that will bring up my GPA. I can guarantee you that.
Like there because the research was there, but it kind of like just like this draft, your energy just dwindled down at the end. Making your picks.
When we got to coin flipping time, I ran out of gas.
Either way, you don't have to get a signature on your report card from your parents. We'll leave it at that. Thank you both for redrafting the 2012 NBA draft.